Today we are talking the NBA. My name's Allie Burns. Up top, I've got Nick Parsons. How's it going, Nick?
It is going fantastic. Looking forward to giving out a couple winners here, Allie.
Excellent. That's what we're here for. Down below, I've got Sean Higgs. How you doing, Sean?
Pretty good. It's good. Nice to be back. And, most times I come on here with another guy, we're like going head to head and there's like smack talk going on, like, whatever. Now this time we could, just give out some games and hope everybody wins all around.
Exactly. That's just it. I know that it occurred to me. I needed someone for the live cap. I'm like, Higgs never does the live cap. Why not? Like he's always button heads with someone. So
yep, always. Every time I'm on here, it's like seeing them you making fun of old jokes for Chip, or I got the brothers and their whole family ganging up on me in a live chat. Whatever. It's like
those brothers. Actually, Nick Earl took down Chip. It was Chip's first loss ever on a Total Chaos, and it was Nick Earl that did it. Yeah, for college.
All right. Yeah, good for them.
Good for him.
Yep, excellent work there. Excellent work. So anyone who's joining the chat, we are going to go over 3 NBA games tonight. We're going to talk about the Clippers at the Spurs, the Hawks at the Kings, and the Nets at the Jazz. How's it going, Raymond Daniel? We do have a promo code this week if you're over at the picksandparlays.net site. It's sweet. And it saves you 20% off the whole site. So that's all of Nick Parsons' premium plays, Sean Higgs' premium plays, consensus reports, all that jazz. So you definitely want to use that. It is the time of year where you could use a free pass. All right, guys. We're going to kick things off with the Clippers at the Spurs. I've got LA -6 on the road here and a total of 222. Who wants to get it started? Higgs, this was your look. You get it started.
Yeah, I'm going to start this one. I said today I'm talking about this game. I said the Clippers, when are we going to start winning games here, LA? I thought they were the 4-5 game here with the Lakers. It's a 3-4 game. So Lakers are 3, they're the 4. I thought it was vice versa. But I'm just trying to figure out this Clipper team. As good as you are, why aren't you winning games yet? You're waiting for the playoffs, to lose again? When's the last time you won a championship game? I must have missed something. Was I sleeping? What are you holding out for? To face Denver or, in a 4-5 game? Or at this rate, Lakers don't have AD or LeBron for now, so maybe they slip down. The Suns are going to win the West. We said it before, like, hey, let's take a future on the West here with the Suns winning this division because the Lakers are going to rest guys. The Clippers seem to take off to lose in the second round instead of, I guess, the first round if they played everybody. I don't understand this team one bit. So for me, this is a must-win game for them. 6, 10, 16, I don't care. Come out and beat the Spurs. Spurs are in first place. I'm not impressed with their 22-18. They're tied with the Mavericks, rather. Who are these guys? Aldridge wants out. He's probably he might end up in Phoenix. And then the Clippers are going to be like, oh, yeah, we'll just take another break against the number 1 seed here. What are they doing? Win a freaking game. Win a game. You brought guys in here, paid a lot of money. So for me, this is not even like an odds game or this and that. This is the Clippers are supposed to be this great team, right? It's them or the Lakers to win it all this year, right? It's kind of like down on the Bucks. It's Giannis and whatever. So it's these 2 teams out here in LA. Do something. So this is I've given up on the Rockets. I said that's a team we shouldn't play at all this year. This is going to be my number 2 team not to play, the Clippers, because I just have okay, Thomas. Yeah, they're waiting for May and June to what? To lose? When do they win in May and June? They don't. Win some games. Take care. Win this game by a dozen.
You like LA here?
I like LA. And this is going to be like the last stand with LA here. Like, you need to win. I don't like them, but you have to. When are you going to start winning as a team?
Right.
Like your
now
image
or never type thing. You've convinced me.
Your talk is that this is a championship team. Well, what do? You take off 3. I'm going to play for a game, take off 3. To what? To lose in the second round to somebody? You haven't won anything. Don't take any games off. Win.
Yeah.
Win.
There's only we're coming down to crunch time here. LA is coming off 2 quality wins, 125-98 over Charlotte, 119-110 over Atlanta. Atlanta had been on an 8-game win streak previous to that. But yeah, as you say, San Antonio, who is this team? And they are terribly inconsistent. San Antonio wasn't even able to put up 97 or 100 points, losing 197 to Charlotte at home in their last game there. So, and this is also a home or it's a back-to-back. and so they play again tomorrow night here. And so, yeah, I think the Clippers can't waste any time. And so, yeah, I like Sean's breakdown of that one for sure.
All right, so we're gonna roll with that.
I can go on and on about this Clipper team. It's just, people look at handicap. It's like some kind of trend this way or that way, or sometimes you got to look at it like, what are you doing for me as a team? When are you going to prove that you're supposed to be this team that the preseason you're supposed to be? So it's now or never, and then I'll just hang up on them. After that, it'll be like, I won't even look at it. It'll be like a team lane 10. I'll just cross off the board. I won't even look at it. It'll be off my ticket every day. One less game to analyze.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. I'm staying out of that one. How about that?
And that's listen, I say all the time, just because the game's on or we talk about it doesn't mean you have to bet on it. There's plenty of games. We give our opinion. If you like it, super. If you don't, that's fine. We're just why we kind of like something. That's about it. You don't have to jump on it. That's good discipline right there, Ali. That's how you save your bankroll. You don't bet 9 NBA games on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Definitely issues, Raymond, 100%.
All right, so we're going to move on to the Hawks at the Kings. I'm showing Atlanta as the favorite, -3, and the total here is 230.5. So what do we got going on there, Nick?
Well, both teams played last night. The Hawks let one slip away. They had a 22-point second-half lead, and they ended up losing 119-110 to the Clippers there. Previous to that, they had won, 8 in a row or 9 in a row up to that point.
Yep.
I still think, they've had such an improvement up to this point that I would rank them probably in the top 5 in the East, if not like maybe even the 4th. They're facing a bad Sacramento team here who's playing the second game of a back-to-back. Now, just 11 days ago, they played in Atlanta, and the Hawks beat the Kings 121-106. So yeah, I think just laying this short number, it's a good deal here. The Kings won last night, but beating Cleveland, I don't know. It's not that impressive of an achievement really. And now they have to fly back west across 2 time zones. Atlanta's last 2 games have been on the West Coast. There's no disadvantage on being on the road here. So yeah, I think that, Nate McMillan has this team focused and playing really well. They had just beat the champion Lakers previous to that, finally losing there to the Clippers. So I think they can bounce back here against a poor Sacramento team, which is the worst defensive team in the league on a per possession basis. So yeah, that's my read on that one.
All right, so we are taking the Hawks minus the 3 points on the road. The Hawks I don't remember the Hawks being this hot since like Dominique Wilkins was there. So I'm excited for Atlanta. Like, you go, Atlanta. It's Trae Young, right? Is their superstar?
Yep.
Get on with your bad selves.
Yeah.
Higgs, what are you thinking on this Hawks game? Any thoughts on it?
You know what? I like all those points because you lose to the Clippers again. And we were just talking about the Clippers. And it was off the Laker game, so you're more pumped up for Lakers, and you had to run off a few in a row. So that's not even a bad loss. You can't even get on them for that. Like, I might actually lean a little Sacramento here, though. I mean, they played on the Cavaliers. They've actually won there, so they went 3-3 on a 6-game road trip. Actually, 7 of the last games on the road. So now they're home. This is for me, I kind of want to take the home team here just because. Now they're going to play a couple at home. You get 3 games at home. You're home for a few days. But it is my lean here is Sacramento, but I don't think I'm going to have any cash on it. I mean, if somebody's, Nick brought up good points on Sacramento and on the Hawks and the way they've been playing. So that's where something I want to probably not take Sacramento on. I know it's a little confusing to people because I say I kind of like the points, but I don't like the points. I just want to talk anybody onto the Kings. When the team comes home, I'm thinking you're home, you're in your own bed, you're rested, you're going to come out and play better. But as we just said, the Hawks, they've been here on the West Coast, they've been in California, and they're playing a lot better. What are they? 9-1 the last 10, something like that. 10-2 down the road. So this is a tough one for me. I really can't give out a good play on it because I'm torn either way. But I would definitely probably look towards the under because. Again, we got 3 games in 5 days for Atlanta, and then you just played 6 in a row on the road. So maybe a little choppy offensively for the Kings at home here. So my play here will be under. We'll go under there. I can't give out.
That's a good call. That's a good call. Both teams coming off games just last night.
Yeah.
So yeah, a bit of an elevated number here probably, and yeah, I'd like the under there as well.
I'm leaning with the Hawks on this one. I have a different, that's like the way that you say it about being the home team. Like I see it more as like you're out on the road, you're like rallying with your boys, and then you roll home and now your wife's there and your girlfriend's there.
And your kids, your bills, it's like you're back into.
And you got to do homework and like, so I don't know. I like flip-flop it, I guess.
Yeah, no, listen, it's for the home team. Sometimes I'm like, that first game back because you're coming back into your situation where it's like, oh, this needs to be done, and everybody's happy to see you, and there's a million things happening. So maybe that first game is a sloppy game for you.
Fair enough. Okay, so we got one more we're going to go through, and then we can answer some questions in the chat. I know you guys are talking about the Suns game. Okay, I was making sure we didn't just do that. It was the Spurs. I'm like, didn't we just talk about that? No, it was the Spurs. So I know you're talking about the Suns game. We can just touch on that real quick before we get going. And guys, if you're in the chat, don't forget, give us that thumbs up, hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. And if you guys have any quick questions, you can drop them in for plays for us, or you know what I'm trying to say. All right, we're going to talk. Sometimes it's just a long day on the show. So Nets at the Jazz, Utah -11. This is a huge number. Total is at 230. Higgs, I know you were given a play on this one this morning on your morning show, which is over at Winning Free Picks. So if you guys haven't been checking out Higgs's morning show, Winning Free Picks is what you type into your YouTube. And what's the name of the show? What's finally the name of the show?
We're going with Midday Money because it's noon here. It's noon here out on the East Coast, so it'll be Midday Money.
I love it. Okay, Midday Money. I'm typing it in so I can put it on the thing here.
Yeah, we'll call it Midday Money is a good title, and I think I like it. I don't know.
So that's where is it?
Yeah, it's a great name.
Yeah, I think it flows pretty good. It's Midday Money. It's at noon. It's midday. Why not call it that? Because I do a little. Sometimes I do the 10 o'clock show. Sometimes the night before, but it's just tough because it's easy now because you have the NCAA tournament. But with basketball, you're lucky to have 2 NBA lines,
Mm-hmm.
And then we just, then all of a sudden we're cutting up, we're talking about food or movies or something, it gets off topic a little bit,
Right.
And it's just a lot of life. I mean, you've been doing the videos and the live shows longer than me. So you see a lot of people come in and those shows, I'm really into the comments because you got a lot of newer people betting nowadays. So they, there's a lot of teaching going on and explaining things like people didn't know baseball or somebody was even asking what like a dog was. They didn't know what I was like. Oh, wow. We got to really break this down to taking points and get the dogs. I was
when they call sharks.
Sharks.
You'll see it like, well, the sharks said, and it's like, you're not going to be one if you don't know how to say it. But yeah.
Hey, listen, shark's not that terrible because he's the apex predator of the ocean, so that's all right. Let him be your shark. You're hunted as much as everybody wants to be the whale. Like that guy is not at the top of the food chain unless you're the orca. Otherwise, the shark's coming in. He's going to take a bite out of you.
That's a good call.
Good point.
That's not terrible.
I love it though. I love the new bettors. I love helping them out and giving them information. I mean, it's like what we're here for, and I think the viewers really appreciate us taking the time to break things down and, make it. So I'm sorry if you're one of those people that call sharks, but they're sharks.
That's all right. That's not too bad.
What's
I've
up,
been called a lot worse than that,
Hey, Elliot. Hey, Lex. You're Lexi and you show it today. Usually he's Lexi and he knows it. Okay, so the Nets at the Jazz, huge number here. 230 is the total, -11 towards the Jazz. What do you got on this one, Higgs?
I'm liking the Nets here, plus the points. Granted, all right, so no Durant. The guy's only played 19 of 44 games for the Nets. Kyrie's sitting out again. I don't know what he's doing. I always make the flat earth jokes with Kyrie because they're just constantly puts a smile on face. And Harden, this guy, maybe he's playing tonight, maybe he's not. He's always, Nash is like, we're going to sit him, but Harden's a gamer. That guy plays the most games over probably the last 5 years. The guy just constantly plays games. But getting 11 here, and I love the Jazz. I've been high on the Jazz. We've talked about this. This is going back to last year in the bubble. We're talking about the Jazz, how much we like their team. And they're putting it together. They had a huge run. They're really good, and you got all your big name guys. You got Mitchell, you got Gobert, and go down the line. Conley's there, and what's that? Bojan. I can't pronounce his name. I don't know.
Right.
Bo Jackson. I don't.
Bojanovic?
But the net, Bo Jackson. I call Bo Jackson. I think it's funnier. Although half the people in the chat probably don't know who Bo Jackson is. But like the Nets team, I look at this as I'm getting 11. You got a team that's here. You got your role guys. I think this is a good step up game for the role guys. And listen, you got Jordan inside who's pretty good. Griffin, another veteran guy. Jeff Green's a veteran guy. I love Claxton as a young player. Harris. You have some younger guys who this is a big step up for them. So they're going to roll out. Show. They're playing the Jazz. Let's. We're just not Harden and Kyrie and Durant, who has only played half of the games the Nets suited up for this year. So, I'm taking the points, and I'm thinking this is the step-up role games. I know it's always like, well, somebody goes down and somebody steps up. Well, this is a situation where you might have the whole team is going to be a different starting lineup. I mean, you have your one or two guys who are usually in the lineup, but you have guys who are going to come in and, something to prove with themselves, chip on shoulder, like, hey, we're just not this three-headed monster. Let us show you how we can play here in the NBA. And the guys who actually put up points in the past, now they're going to get a shot to do something today. And in Utah, why not? I mean, coming off a back-to-back spot, yes, but this is a lot of points, and I think you're going to have hungry guys playing. So that's my angle on this one. I'm going with the underrated, chip on my shoulder bench guy coming in angry against the Jazz.
With James Harden leading the way.
Is he playing now? Is he in or out?
So Harden out? So Harden's out as well?
The line was 6 and it's 11 now. It was 10. It was 10 at noon today. It's 11. Okay. So maybe he is. I mean, if he's playing, that's added bonus. I'll take 11. Well, I would have took 6 with him.
Maybe he is out. Yeah, because it did. It opened at 6 and it's now 11. And so if you've seen the total, it was 232.5 and only dropped down to 230. So it's a 2.5 point drop on the total. And like almost 5 points on the spread there.
So what are they? If that's the case, they're thinking the Nets are still going to score, but the Jazz are going to outscore them, I guess. I don't get that. The line comes down to point.
That's exactly what I was thinking. So, I would lean to Brooklyn there as well, too. The Jazz, this could be – they know that they're playing against this backup team. They could take the foot off in the second half. Yep. I kind of feeling like you on this one, like the Hawks game that I reviewed. I don't have a terribly great feel for it either. But, I would always lean towards the points sort of naturally anyways. But in this case, I think that's too many. And you pointed out the discrepancy there in the total and the spread difference there. So I think that's kind of playing into it. So I'm with you, Sean.
Yeah. Right. I see. Hey, Lex, I saw listen, I'm not comparing Blake to Harden in any means. I'm just saying you got kind of veteran guys with him and Jordan, Jeff Green, guys have been in the league. They're steady, Freddie, level-headed. You got a veteran presence there. Who could come out and have a big game? You don't know. They could, they could pull one out of their pocket. Granted, the Nets really didn't bring him in there for that to put out a 20 and 15 game, but he could throw one up one time. That's what I'm saying with that. I'm not saying he's James Harden. You just got some veterans in there. You're gonna have some younger guys who are looking maybe a little make a name that've been in the league a couple of years. That's all I need. Somebody's like, this guy thinks Blake Griffin is James Harden. I mean,
It can turn into that real quick too.
Yeah. I like the one comment. Somebody says Bo Jackson in the Jackson 5.
Yeah. Keith 07 Nets +9. So the Nets was a really popular pick today on the Morning Wood show, but I think a lot of them watch your show and then come to put their last man standing pick on your pick. I've noticed that before. If Craig goes on before me, he'll have his 3 best bets and that'll be my biggest,
Everybody comes in and says, I like this game.
I would say the biggest play on the board today for Morningwood was the Nuggets. Everybody was all over the Nuggets game today. And we did have a couple of Suns. Do you guys have anything to talk? We had someone in the chat asking about the Suns. They are -10 against the awful Orlando Magic. 215.5 is the total there. Do we have any thoughts on this one?
I mean, for me, somebody brought that up to this morning. I'm like, I'm not laying 10 on the road. No way. I'm not going to lay 10 on the road. I'm not taking 500 money line on the Suns. You're nuts. And as bad as Orlando playing, maybe lean to the under here. They're an under team. 215 is a low total for today's NBA. So
Yeah, I couldn't lay the points either.
I can't lay, not especially on the road.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is playing 3 straight on the road here against pretty subpar competition: Orlando, Toronto, and Charlotte, all in a row here. So yeah, just the way that Orlando's form has been of late, it's been terribly inconsistent. And but yeah, I mean, no, I could see Phoenix taking a night off here and just not, just not keeping the foot on the gas here. But for Orlando, really, I mean, if
what are they putting up? They're not getting over 100. I can see this could be like a 109-86. I mean, something.
Right. Yeah.
That's a good.
But on the same token, they could win by 20, but I'm still not laying 10. I'm not laying 10 on the road. That's not happening.
Agreed. 10 is a lot in the NBA. That's something I learned from Craig Trapp, like back, over a year ago when I started at Picks and Parlays, was him saying 10 is a lot in the NBA. So, it goes back to that Nets game we were just talking about also. It's a lot of points. Take them. Don't lay them. Take them.
That Nugget game, I was like, this line is like 2 or something against the Raptors, who are, they're reeling too. You got a couple teams reeling here in the NBA, but 2? Yeah. I was like, I want to take Toronto, and same like the Pistons. Like Toronto, Orlando, Detroit, and probably Boston are like the 4 ugliest plays on the board tonight here. And part of me wants to take them all, but I'm like, I just can't, because it's all about, especially Denver too. You're thinking,
that'd be a very contrarian way to go. You can see the public money is all over Denver, is all over Milwaukee, is all over Phoenix.
Everything. And part of it is like, you go opposite. You could easily make money. You go. But the bad part is you go money line on these, and you could easily go 0-5. But you take the points, you might go 3-2.
Yeah. Well, maybe teasing is the way to go too. You could always just stick them all together in a little 6-point teaser. Give yourself a little cushion.
Do something crazy, like round robin them up or some kind of crazy round robin. All these guys or winning outright, and something nutty happens. But listen, we don't condone that. That's just us making jokes on here. I'm not doing that.
I was going to follow that by saying, get your degenerate on.
Yeah, no, don't. We want you to come back and not come back yelling at us like, this moron told me to take all these things in a 6-way dumpster fire. No. Exactly. That's exactly what that is. It's a 6-way dumpster fire. You take all those ugly plays, but it's just one of those nights you look at it and be like, wow, tomorrow they'll talk about, favorites go 3-6 and, you're going to have 2 outright winners. You'll be like, wow, what happened here? It looked easy money.
Right.
I've taken those. Sometimes it's like, ooh, look at that low-hanging fruit. Yeah, how'd that work out for Adam and Eve? That was terrible for everybody. Don't stay away from that. Stay away from that apple. To get away from those nuggets. That's the last game. That's the last game you should be betting. They don't throw easy ones out there for you.
Yeah, that's something to remember. They don't throw easy ones out there one bit. I do want to remind everybody about our promo code. It's sweet, and it saves you 20% off the entire site, and that includes the premium picks from Sean Higgs and from Nick Parsons. If you guys want to find them on the Twitter, you can find Nick Parsons at Twitter. Insider's Room. That's what my dad calls it, the Twitter. And you can find Sean at real_Higgs over on the Twitters. Okay, so, and also don't forget to check out Sean's new show, Midday Money. It's over on Winning Free Picks. Winning Free Picks is like the sister site to Picks and Parlays. So same thing. Just his section of it, and he's doing his thing. So definitely check that out. Midday Money. And then, so just to do a quick recap, we've got Higgs saying, take those Clippers minus the 6 points, hold your nose, make the bet. It doesn't feel right, but it could cash for you. I can't get past that. I'm not there yet with that. I'm not there yet with the Clippers. I'm not there. Yeah. Nick says to take the Hawks minus the 3 points. And Higgs says, in that Kings game, let's take it under the 230.5. That's the Hawks game too. Hawks Kings. That's what's happening there. And then Higgs is taking those 11 points with the Nets. That is his play from his show today, actually, also. So get your degenerate on. Oh, Missy Elliott. Oh, Elliott, my God. You just made my whole day. You just made my whole day. Now I got to go put Delta Adidas on and get my Get
Well,
my
listen,
game.
if your pick goes down, you turn into Missy Idiot. So you gotta they'll flip around the A and the I there, and then it's not good news if the games don't come in for us.
That's fair. How does a round robin work? Can we explain this real quick?
Yeah, so round robin it's like it's a parlay, but you're going off of the 3-teamer. So if it's 3, it could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5 teams. So it'll be you got your notes out. So it'll be A and B is 1, A and C, C and B.
So say it's like Hawks.
Okay, yeah, I love the whiteboard.
Next. I'm the queen of the whiteboard. Okay, that's what I am.
That's great.
So it would be this one and this one, and right. That's like how it works. Like
yes, so it'll be Hawks Bulls, and then Hawks Nets, and then Bulls Nets.
And those are your 3. And
yes.
But you have to win all 3. No, you don't have to win all 3.
No, because you'll be hitting 2.
Right. So if you get the Nets wrong,
you still hit the Bulls.
That bet's wrong and that bet's wrong, but this bet is still right.
Yes.
Right. And that's how it works. And it depends. Like if you do 8 of them, if you have
then you can exactly.
So then it would be this guy, this guy, this guy, and it goes on. So they would all play each other, and it all breaks down that way.
Yep.
In a round.
I have a whiteboard here too. It's got like schoolwork on it though.
You want to know? I got
first, second, third, next, last. That's what's going on in my house.
My life is a whiteboard. Yeah, let me tell you what. Ooh, Eric Taylor's good.
And artwork.
Nice. I'm like surrounded. This is the Pepperdine play of the day. Pepperdine take a -2.5 first half and over 72 first half. That's for my girl Tony Cobbs.
Tony, yes.
Angie Edwards. Yeah, Tony Cobbs and Angie Edwards teamed up. Angie Edwards was 7-0 before she dropped out of last man. Like and that's her 72 over 72 in the Pepperdine game.
I said Pepperdine. I like Pepperdine today. I told them.
Yeah, I took them already. I took both of those bets and full game already. So.
Oh, Jeff's a parlay junkie. He's going to jump on some round robins. Just mixing them up.
Jeff, his name is I Win You Lose. Oh my, liking that round. Yeah, it's neat, but it's neat. But I remember Kurt telling me, he says to do it only with dogs. Like when you do it with dogs, that like that's how you really cash. It's not.
Well, yeah, especially like in a baseball or a hockey, you're getting up. If you're doing plus money in those kind of things with round robin style, then you're that money is just going to quadruple. It's going to be crazy payouts. Depending on you put a 5-teamer in and you go 4-1 with dogs. Woo. Yeah.
Because it would be like your, say it's Hawks plus 240, plus 360. Yeah. Now that's a 2-team money line parlay. That's a 2-team money line. Yep. They're all 2-team money line. I'm just telling them. I know but so you're it's a whole crap load of 2-team money line parlays is what you're doing. So you can really make money. So find 3 dogs maybe that you really, really like and give it a shot that way, kind of a thing is how I would do it for value's sake. For the sake of the value.
We're not waiting on baseball, Raymond. We're not waiting on baseball. I'm firing away like Roger Clemens on people's heads.
April 1st.
You're nuts. I'm waiting. I'm doing my own process right now, and I
can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
I was looking at the starting pitchers. I think I have like 9 out of 12 games I'm ready to fire on.
Wow. Yeah, Thursday, April 1st.
And listen, folks, I could easily go 7-4 with our dogs and make a bunch of money. It could be a 3-10 day, and we have a small losing day because I'm not going to hit you with. We're not taking the Yanks -450 with Garrett Coleman. No. That's happening. But I just feel like when I like my teams or the guys I like, who I think I have good years. If I miss out on like a pitcher, like one year I was all over Romero from Toronto, the pitcher. Right? I was like, hey, it's a good breakout year for him. He had a good solid season last year, and the guy just sweat. I think he went like 1. It was just terrible, and I just followed him right down the toilet because I was like, his numbers aren't that terrible. So like a team, I'm telling you now, I love the Brewers, to win, and they were just. I saw another show today talk about the Brewers. I'm all over them in the Central. I'll be on that team all the time. Underrated team. Kansas City, we talked about. I like that. They're just teams I'm going to be on from day one because I'll ride at the little losing streak on the Royals or whoever early because you're going to be an underdog. Yeah. But once they get, they hit 6 in a row and you're getting 120, 130 every game, Hello. You're going to double your bankroll in 4 days because they're going to be an underdog. So
Yep.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
My chicks.
Baseball's my favorite sport. I tell you it all the time. People love football. Give me baseball any day.
I was
baseball
giving you a
too.
shout out today on Morningwood because we were kind of planning on how we're going to deal with baseball season and how the show works. And I said, I mean, a lot of us really like baseball, and I directed them to you. I said, Sean Higgs is real good at this, and so is Kurt Alexander for that matter too. So I think it's going to be a good season. I've got my future on the Padres. That's my team that I'm already in love with. I have cashed the Royals a few times because Tony Cobbs and the Chicks with Picks are looking at baseball. So
Chicks with Picks, I love it.
The Chicks with Picks, yeah.
I said that. We said that the other day, Chicks with Picks.
That's well, there's 8 of us now in our chat. Like, there's 8 of us going on. I got Laterica Craft. I got Chanel L. Yeah, I've got them all.
They pop in. I see them in my room. They come all the time too, so it's good.
Yeah, they're in the Angie Edwards, Chanel L, Tony Cobbs, Jessica Campbell. I mean, it's good. It's good stuff. Kimberly McGee. I don't want to leave anyone out. Now I feel bad. But yeah, it's good.
You can't run them all down. Although Elliot hasn't been around lately in my chat. Thanks, Elliot. His first 5 games. Whatever Elliot likes, I'm going opposite. How do you like that, Elliot?
You're funny. You're funny. All right, guys. Well, let's wrap things up. A 7-leg parlay. I'm not even.
I'm not even going to read that. As soon as I see 7-leg something, unless it's in Ripley's Believe It or Not, I'm not even going to look at it. That's not even something I'm going to get into.
Like a 7-leg giraffe or something like that. Not a parlay. Okay, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, you can check out Nick Parsons at Boom, the Insider's Room. You can check out Sean Higgs at real_Higgs. And don't forget Sean's show, Winning Free Picks Midday Money. Put that in your YouTube. And search it. All right. And don't forget, use the promo code SWEET to save yourself 20% off of any of Nick Parsons or Sean Higgs's premium plays.
You got a lot of S's. A lot of S's over there.
Plural last names. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. I'll check you guys later.
Thanks, LA. See you guys.
Hey, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks.